Are Clanrats any good in patch 6.2.2? I know I had an old video on Clanrats, but let's do something updated. Clanrats are a unit we see in its base form very frequently from Menace Below summons and Vermintide summons, and there are plenty of people who believe them to be legitimately worthless beyond those uses. Well, not completely worthless, no, but they are cannon fodder, never doubt that. Recruited for 300 gold and 75 upkeep, the basic Clanrats come on Ultra scale with 160 dirty rats with 9,600 health between them. Armor is 25, leadership of 45 is pretty bad, speed 42 and charge speed 48 look high, but we'll get back to that. Melee attack begins at 24 with an attack interval of 4.3 seconds, pretty mid, and no splash damage, so 24 is the floor. Compare this in your head to a Skeleton Warrior and to the Empire Swordsman bog standard 32 melee attack and 32 melee defense. Speaking of, here the melee defense is an anemic 18, weapon strength is 26, split base 20, and armor piercing 6, trailing Empire Swordsman by 1 point in the AP department. Charge bonus is 10, well it's not nothing, and mass is 100. The only trait is Hide and Forest. A lot of units have these mechanics, but Scurry Away grants plus 10% speed when routing and overrides the other mechanic, Strength in Numbers. Let me slow this down a little because it's more important here than for other units in the roster. At least I think so. Strength in Numbers, running when the unit is over 50% hit points, debuffs for minus 10% speed, which makes the unit more vulnerable in certain senses, but grants leadership plus 6, so it doesn't break as easily, and plus 8 melee defense, a huge boost to the defense of the unit. So until under 50% health, it's leadership 51, melee attack 24, and melee defense 26 at rank 0 or as a summons. These are the numbers you should know by heart. Clanrat Spears are recruited for 325 base, 81 upkeep, 160 entities, and 9,600 health still, armor 25 still. Melee attack is ground down to 18 base, so 6 lower against any infantry target from zombies on up. Attack interval 4.3 and no splash. Melee defense of 24 is already 6 better than Menace Below or Vermintide Clanrats. Weapon strength 23 is split base 18 and armor piercing 5, but there is a bonus versus large of, drumroll, 9. 9 is pretty bad as these things go, but it's something. So melee attack 27 versus Centaurs, weapon strength 32 versus the same. Charge bonus is only 6 and mass is 100. Being a spear unit, this indeed has charge defense versus large and charge reflection, which is a big deal because cavalry traditionally slaughter Skaven infantry. Otherwise, the traits and passives are the same, so strength in numbers would make this unit leadership 51, melee attack 18, and melee defense 32 at rank 0, that is, the melee defense would be on par with Empire Swordsman until under 50% health. Clanrats with shields are 350 gold to recruit and 88 upkeep. The shields have 2 effects, 35% small arms missile fire block chance from a frontal arc, and melee defense goes from 18 to 22. Normally, a defense boost for shields is a lot more than this, but they're dinky little Skaven shields. Clanrat Spears with shields are 375 gold recruit, 94 upkeep, and these grant the same 35% missile block chance and raise melee defense from 24 to 28. This means, with strength in numbers, Clanrats with shields are melee defense 30 at rank 0, and Clanrat Spears with shields are melee defense 36 at rank 0. 36 is suspiciously decent. Know these numbers and appreciate that it's over 50% health only. In the redline skills, Pack Leader at 3 pips offers leadership plus 5, so no, they can't even be bothered to issue a plus 6. And melee attack plus 6. This is important to emphasize. The redline skill makes the cannon fodder Clanrats attack harder. They do not become more defensive here. Any rank 7 and up survivors benefit from Whip Smart and get leadership plus 5, melee attack plus 5, and missile resistance plus 15%, which helps them survive even more. In the tech tree, all infantry get plus 10% speed from hit and run, faster out of the tunnels, and running back to them. Set Examples gives a global plus 3 leadership, don't forget it exists. Driven by Hunger is an early tech and gets you plus 2 recruit rank for every single Clanrat unit recruited, not summoned, forevermore. Strength in numbers is the key Clanrat tech, providing global +5 melee attack, +5 charge bonus, flat, and the expendable trait, meaning that Storm Vermin won't care if they flee. It also means they will care if Skavenslaves flee, so be careful of this interaction. Scavenging Ruins adds +10 armor to Clanrats. Considering how spammable they are, this is a good thing. Now, let's look back. A rank 0 unit of Clanrats without Whip Smart warping things further would now have 35 armor, melee attack 35, melee defense 18, modified to 26 by strength and numbers, charge bonus 15. Clanrat Spears would be 29 melee attack, 38 versus cavalry, melee defense 24, modified to 32 by strength in numbers, charge bonus 11. The melee and defense stats get better with veterancy, of course. Shields provide 35% missile block chance and +4 melee defense in either case. So how do we use Clanrats, the not summoned versions? When recruited rather than summoned, Clanrats are still cannon fodder, but you prefer to avoid massive losses. At their most basic level, they exist to take up space and deliver enough, quote-unquote, credible damage to pin the enemy down, to have the frighteningly ordinary speed to catch a lot of human and elf missile infantry, or at least chase it to the very edge of the map, and so on. They take up space, and in particular, the Clanrat Spears are used to wall parts of the battle off against enemy forces, and while they're no Storm Vermin, they will slow things down to a point. In the long run, Skaven units tend to break a lot sooner than when they'd otherwise fail. This is where lords and heroes with strong leadership buffs can keep things in a fighty state. As I've expressed, they can be half decent at holding the line, but their real purpose is to claw and scrape and diminish the enemy through a long string of lucky hits and make it weaker and more vulnerable for your killer elements. Yes, you can pay for shields and shore them up, but this is not a dwarf shield wall. All the skill and tech upgrades are tailored to make them hit more and stay in the fight longer. The limitations are baked in. They don't do serious armor piercing, they don't have other special gimmicks, they're lowly and shaky, but they do two extremely precious things for you in the big picture. They are targets for your own spells and pin enemies down to make them targets for other spells. Beyond that, we get into the take what you can get phase, where they're not the absolute ideal for working with weapons teams, but are aggressively necessary to get by. There are a lot of times when you just plain need something to act as a speed bump. You just want to try and do the least harm to your weapons team's lines of sight. The harm to the Clanrats is not the real worry. Whether early game or well into it, you'll see a lot of Clanrats, and you'll still have plenty of uses for them as escorts for spellcasters and the waiters to set your dinner table. Then you clean up. It's not a glamorous role, but it is a necessary one. It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it, and Skavenslaves just aren't good enough to get the job done. If they were unbreakable like zombies, that would be one thing, but take care, and have fun drowning cities in vermin. You know, like a tide.